Okay, welcome back everyone to my channel, Mystic's Table. Today we will be doing session 4 of my Ironsworn campaign. So let's get right into it. We're going to do a quick recap. So back in session 3, we have just escaped the absolute just rage of a river primordial by the pillar. We survived that pillar's cataclysm. Albrun was able to just innately and instinctually ward himself from that like mystical outburst that the pillar did. We did still take damage. It like flung us into the cliff. We knocked our head. We have gone through a lot of physical and magical exhaustion. So we are kind of in rough shape. I think I'll go ahead and recap where our tracks are. So we have +3 health right now, +3 spirit, and +3 supply, and +7 momentum. So we're not in horrible shape, but we're also not doing too great. And so we escaped the river primordial that was just going ham on the pillar. We climbed out of the rock outcropping. We're by the river. And we are getting ready to make a journey right back to Grimbrook. Our vow, we still have a vow in play. I'll just remind us what that vow is, the exact wordings. It's protect the people of Grimbrook from the sickness and destruction. And it was a dangerous vow. And we have 4 boxes on it so far. So what I imagine is the outcome of reach our destination move once we undertake this journey. I think that's kind of is going to determine what the state of things are back at Grimbrook or wherever the people went. So we'll keep that in mind. But yeah, I think we need to go ahead and undertake a journey. So Albrun, is up there on the, he's getting ready to follow the river back to Grimbrook. We're going to make this journey rank troublesome, because it was troublesome going from Grimbrook to the pillar, so I don't see why that would change. So we're going to stick with troublesome. And we're going to go ahead and roll undertake a journey, so that's plus wits. And troublesome, it's 3 boxes per progress. So let's go for it. Okay, so okay, that's a 1 on the action die, plus 2 from our wits, so that's a 3 versus, oh crap, that's versus a 3. Oh crap, versus a 3 and a 10. Jeez, that's a miss. Seriously? A miss right before we start the journey? Okay, on a miss, you're waylaid by a perilous event. Pay the price. Okay, oh crap. Oh crap. Okay, guys, I'm trying to think. One of the first things that's popping in my head, and the rule book kind of encourages you to go with what pops in your head, but I'm really hesitant to do this. The first thing that pops in my head is that, we had just escaped this little ravine that the pillar was in, and we left an enraged river primordial. I really don't want to fight this primordial. And I don't feel like we should have to fight it. We escaped. Like, we successfully escaped. I'm pretty sure it was a face danger plus shadow, if I remember correctly, last session. And it was I think it was a weak hit. It was a weak hit. I remember. It was a weak hit. And we took a hit to our momentum because of that weak hit. But we succeeded in sneaking out. So I don't want to bring back that primordial. Like, we escaped. And I don't feel like we should be punished for that. But you know what? Pay the price. I don't think it's really necessary to roll on the table, because I think I have an idea. So I think this river primordial, right, in its rage on this pillar, it's realizing after just blasting this thing with water and trying to erode it, and all that rain that it has coming down, and it's throwing like river rocks at it, it's realizing it's not actually doing anything to this pillar. The pillar is like indestructible, even with the power of a primordial. And like we mentioned last session, this primordial, it's damaged. Like the water that it's kind of made of is like sludgy and muddy a little bit and dirty kind of. And the rocks, the river rocks that are kind of like swirling in its like amalgamation, it's the rocks are like cracked, so it's not even really like strong. So like this primordial is not in good shape. And I think it's just getting even more enraged by the fact that it can't damage the pillars. So I think what's going to happen is that as Albrun is kind of making his way down the river to get back to Grimbrook, he's going to start feeling that trembling again. And he's actually going to just hear this horrible, like, piercing, not even like deep roar from back in the ravine. And it can be nothing else than the primordial. This roar sounds like rushing water. It's just like, it's a very powerful roar. And Albrun looks back and like the river that's coming out of the rock formation, all of a sudden a huge like torrent is just like cuts through the ravine rock, and like it's like a freaking hurricane that's like coming down the river, and it's so big that it's like overlapping outside of the river, and it's just a rush of water is coming here. And Albrun is right there by the river. He's using the river to get back to Grimbrook. So I think what this is going to mean, this miss on Undertaker Journey, I think we're going to face danger here. We're going to face danger. We're going to try to avoid this flash flood thing that's about to happen. So I think this is face danger. I think this is face danger plus speed, agility, or precision. So that sounds like edge to me, because we're going to try to avoid it. We don't want to sit there and take it. So this is face danger plus edge. Okay, so let's see what happens. Rolling plus edge, or edge is +1. Not great. Okay, 5 on the action die plus 1 is a 6 versus a 5 and a 10. So it's a weak hit. Not bad. So on a weak hit, you succeed but face a troublesome cost. Choose one. See, you are delayed or face a new danger. You are tired or hurt. You are dispirited or afraid. You sacrifice resources. Okay, what makes the most sense here? It's a weak hit on face danger. So we just tried to so Albrun looks back and he sees this huge like hurricane torrent coming at him, and he tries to I would say run to the right to get away from the river and try to avoid the onslaught of water. And I would say he's not that fast. He doesn't have great reaction time. He does his best to get out of the way, but I would say maybe he even kind of trips up a little bit. Not trips all the way down, but trips up a little bit. It slows him down, and part of the water does kind of gush him, and it kind of I would say even clips the side of him, and he goes flying a little bit, like a couple of feet. But he does avoid the torrent of water. So I'm gonna say that sounds like endure harm to me. We got clipped by the water, so I think that's you are tired or hurt, endure 1 harm. So geez, okay, our health is down to +2. We need to roll the endure harm move to see if there's gonna be any additional outcome to that. Okay. So we're gonna roll. So it says roll plus health or iron, whichever is higher. It's crazy. Our health is +2, but that's still higher than our iron, which is +1. So we're gonna roll +2 on our health. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's a 3 on the action die. +2 is a 5 versus a 7. Oh crap! 7 and a 7. Ugh, it's a miss in a match. Jesus. Okay, on a miss, you also suffer 1 momentum. So now we're down to 6 momentum. Okay. You know what, guys? I need to start reminding myself to burn this momentum, because we probably could have burned momentum there and have avoided this, because now, Jesus Christ. Okay, you suffer 1 momentum. Okay. So we're at +6 momentum, +2 health. That's not great. Okay, we got clipped. Albrun is realizing that even though he did escape this ravine, this enraged primordial is still an issue. And you know what? I would even say that he probably starts to think ahead and thinks about how the fact that this is a river primordial, and this thing can probably, travel throughout the river in a matter of seconds. So I think he's actually going to start trying to travel a little bit away from the river. He's still going to follow the river to Grimbrook, but he's not going to be so close to it. because there's a very angry primordial that calls this river home. So Albrun, gets up, kind of holds his side. It's probably a little bruised from getting clipped by that absolute torrent. And he's not feeling great. He almost even has a limp. But, oh crap. Do we make camp? Okay, let's think about this. Albrun wants to get back. Okay. Albrun wants to get back to Grimbrook, right? He wants to get back to Grimbrook. Well, what time of the day is it, right? So, if I remember correctly, when we left for the pillar, that was after sunset, or it was like kind of during sunset or whatever. And by the time we got to the pillar, I would say that was probably of the middle of the night, early morning, like still dark kind of thing. So it sounds like to me this is about the next day. We're probably in the not early morning, but we're pre-noon, I would say. Albrun wants to get back to Grimbrook. He has a vow, and like I said in session 0, vows are very important to those who are Ironsworn. It's not as simple as just a promise. It's something you take into your very being. So he wants to get back to Grimbrook to complete his vow, but at this point, I would say he probably has like a limp, right? He just got clipped by this water on the side. He's gone through a lot. He's really not doing too well. He has +2 health, and I really don't want Albrun to die. Do we make camp? I don't know. I also feel weird about making camp in the middle of the day. I mean, we didn't sleep last night, so Albrun is probably tired too. I'm thinking about making camp. I'm thinking about either making camp or trying to heal. And we need to make a decision. You know what? No, I don't think we're going to make camp. I feel like Albrun, with this vow, I don't think he's comfortable to make camp and like try to sleep while he has this vow like hanging over his head. He needs to know what's going on in Grimbrook. And it's not that far away. We can probably try to sojourn if we get over there. But what we will do is we will try to heal. I think that is reasonable. I think we can take some time to try to heal a little bit, because this is not... Okay, yeah, we're going to try to heal because this is not going well at all. Okay, so let's see. When you treat or an injury or ailment, roll plus wits. If you are mending your own wounds, roll plus wits or plus iron, whichever is lower. Really, Sean? Now, why'd you put that in the rule book? What do you mean? Ugh. So we have to roll plus iron? Oh, really, Sean? Okay, whatever. We're rolling plus iron, +1. That's crap. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's a 2 on the action die, +1 is a 3. Dang! Versus a 9. I need to check if these dice are weighted, because I feel like I keep rolling 9s instead of 6s. Okay, versus a 9 and a 1. So that's a weak hit. On a weak hit, take up... Oh, wait. On a weak hit, your care is helpful. And then you can take up to +2 health, but you suffer 1 supply or 1 momentum. I think supply makes the most sense here. I think Albrun so he gets away from the river, right? From this primordial, this torrent of water. And he's going to take off his pack, and he's going to get some bandages for his head. And maybe he even has like a tincture or whatever that he can drink for the pain, so that he can try to get off of this limp. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to wrap his head in a bandage a little bit, because, he got smacked by the force wave from the iron pillar. And he's going to have a tincture that, he keeps on hand that's kind of like a numbing agent. Maybe it helps with inflammation or something, just to try to, get off of that limp so that he can make it back to Grimbrook. So we're going to -1 supply. So we're at +2 supply. Not great. And we're going to get 2 health. So Okay, that's pretty good. We're at +4 health now. I feel a lot better getting away from that +2 health. Okay, so all right. Crap. Okay, so Albrun, he's taking that tincture. He doesn't have a limp anymore, but I mean the damage is still there. He's not doing too hot. But we want to undertake another journey. Um, yeah, we want to undertake another journey so that we can try to get back to Grimbrook, get some boxes on this journey. Okay, so let's roll plus wits, which is +2. So that's a 5 on the action die. +2 is 7 versus a 7 and a 2. Okay, weak hit. Okay, on a weak hit, you reach a waypoint and mark progress, but suffer 1 supply. Oh crap. Okay, okay, we're at 1 supply. Oh Jesus, I should have took the momentum. Okay, we're at 1 supply, and we reach a waypoint. So I'm thinking we make pretty good progress down this river. It's a little bit slow going because we're not right by the river, so we can't make a beeline straight for Grimbrook. We're trying to stay a little bit away from the river because we're seeing a bunch of dead fish, and we know that that river primordial is kind of there. And it, even though it's still probably back at the pillar, I imagine that part of that primordial's like power and influence is that it can kind of feel what's in the river and that kind of thing. So we do not want to attract the attention of that river primordial that has awakened out of its primordial sleep. So we're gonna mark progress. That is 3 boxes, 3 out of 10. And we lost 1 supply, so I'm thinking that we're also kind of eating some of our rations, and we are pretty low on rations at this point. We have +1 supply, so our supply is not doing too hot. Oh crap, yo, I should have took that momentum. Shoot. Okay, I guess we're gonna roll undertake a journey again. God, this is crazy. Okay. Oh god, okay, 1 on the action die. I swear, guys, I don't know if it's the way I'm rolling these dice, but I feel like I've rolled 1 so many times. That's 1 plus 2 is a 3 versus a 9. Oh my god, double 9s. What the? I'm missing a match. What the frick? Okay, on a miss, you are waylaid by a perilous event. Pay the price. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I think at this point I'm just gonna have to roll on the pay the price. It's a miss and a match. Okay, well, I think we're gonna roll on the pay the price table. I don't think the plot twist oracle is really appropriate for this. I'm not really feeling it. So we're gonna roll pay the price, and then we'll see about resolving that match, right? Oh god, I'm so sick of paying the price. Okay. 56. It causes you a delay or puts you at a disadvantage. Okay. I guess that makes sense. And I think to mechanically reflect that, okay, so it causes us a delay. So I think the fact that we are staying so far away from the river is just making this journey a lot harder than it was when we were going to the pillar. So we have to constantly like climb over the hill to like make sure that we're still going in the right direction, to look at the river to make sure we're still going in the direction because we're not right by the river. For our water breaks, I would say our canteen is probably really low, and so we have to kind of keep zigzagging and going. Oh wait, we can't even drink the water from the river with the bad stuff that's in it and the dead fish. So we're having to take time to try to find like ponds or from that rain. It did rain recently, maybe trying to get water from like the leaves of the pine trees and stuff. So it's taking a long time. We aren't making a straight line back to Grimbrook like we would have liked to. So, and I think to mechanically reflect that, I think we're going to take a hit to our momentum since it was a pay the price, and since it was a match, even though the pay the price didn't make us have a mechanical consequence. Since it's a match, I feel like it's appropriate that since we're this delay that we rolled is taking us so long, I do think that would kind of push back our momentum narratively and mechanically. So we're going to go down to +5 momentum. I think that's pretty fair. Oh god, okay. Jesus Christ, I feel like the way that I'm rolling these dice is like terrible. Like I keep rolling ones on my action die and I keep rolling nines. I don't think I've rolled a single six this entire campaign. Every single time I've rolled it's been a nine. Like that's crazy. I wonder if these dice are weighted or something. Okay, we're gonna roll Undertake a Journey again. Okay, that's a 2 on the action die plus 2 is a 4 versus a 7 and a 3. Okay, that's a weak hit. Dang. Oh my god. On a weak hit, you reach a waypoint, mark progress, suffer 1 supply. Oh my god, I've never been at 0 supply before. You know what? I think I actually might need to check the rule book and see what happens when we're at 0 supply. So let me go ahead and mark this progress. So that is 6 boxes. And we do reach a waypoint, but before we figure out what that waypoint is, I want to go ahead and check to see if there's something triggered by reaching 0 supply. I think something doesn't get triggered until you go below 0. I can't quite remember. Okay, I found it. So this is a move. It's not really a move. It's more of a description. But you can find it with suffer moves. It says out of supply. When your supply is exhausted, reduced to 0, mark unprepared. If you suffer additional minus supply while unprepared, you must exchange each additional supply for any combination of health, spirit, or momentum as appropriate for the circumstances. Okay. Geez. Okay, so we have to mark unprepared. Oh, crap. And I'm wondering if that affects... I feel like... What does that affect the resupply move? Like, if we were to try to resupply, does it affect anything that we're at 0? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mark unprepared. Okay, and we'll just have to keep that in mind as we adventure. Oh god, this is not good at all. Okay, so we did reach a waypoint. Envision what the waypoint is. You know, I don't even want to stop at a waypoint. Like, I just kind of want to keep going, but I feel like the last time we did that, I kind of skipped past the waypoint a little bit. So I think we are going to go ahead and just roll on the location oracle table and just kind of see if anything interesting, you know, is here at this waypoint, whatever this waypoint is. So we're rolling Oracle 4, which is, let's see, that's a 9, yeah, 19, a waterfall. Okay, I imagine a waterfall in the Havens is probably not a huge, like, big, like, Niagara Falls kind of waterfall. It's probably just, like, a creek. Ooh, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so a creek. So I think, you know, we're not by the river, right? We're traveling away from the river. And so Albrun, you know, he's so exhausted, so tired at this point. He hasn't slept, I don't think, in 24 hours. You know, he has all these injuries and stuff, and I think he kind of reaches this creek that's kind of surrounded by a grove of pine trees, and there's like a nice little, like, tiny little waterfall from like one part of the creek to the next, and I think he's actually going to take an opportunity for this, because again, we couldn't drink the river water, so I think he's going to use this as an opportunity to resupply and try to get some water. So I think this, okay, I'm glad we took this waypoint, because I think this is a great opportunity for us to resupply. So let's see. Hopefully this water is good. I guess we'll figure that out on this resupply move. Okay, so resupply. When you hunt, forage, or scavenge, roll plus wits. Okay, so that's going to be a +2. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's a 5 on the action die. Or +2 is 7 versus a 3 and an 8. So that's a weak hit. So on a weak hit, take up to +2 supply, but suffer minus momentum for each. I'm going to take both, and we're going to suffer 2 momentum. So we're going to go back up to +2 supply, and we're going to go down to +3 momentum. Dang, that's crazy. Just a couple sessions ago, we were at 10 momentum. We didn't even burn it, and we're down to 3. That's crazy. But I feel like that is narratively appropriate. Like we're taking time to refill our water. Maybe we even scavenge a few edible plants, to get a little bit of food into our system. Yeah, I think that works. So we're at +2 supply, still not hot at all, but I can get rid of that unprepared condition, which is nice. And yeah, so we're at 6 boxes. Y'all, I am almost tempted to roll reach your destination and hope for the best. Because I really don't want to miss again on Undertake a Journey, but there's like something inside of me that does not want to roll with only 6 progress boxes. I kind of want to get up to 9 since this is just a troublesome journey. Oh my gosh, the sun is killing me again. Okay, that should be better. Okay, guys. We are going to roll Undertake a Journey. We're going to do Undertake a Journey again. And hope for the best. So we're rolling plus wits again. Oh my god, a 1 on the action die plus 2 is a 3. Versus a 4 and a 2. Okay, weak hit. So on a weak hit, you mark progress. Where's my pen? Oh, mark progress. So we're at 9 boxes, and then I'm pretty sure you suffer momentum. Oh no, you suffer supply. So -1. So we're back down to 1 supply. Okay. So before I do some narrative framing, I want to roll reach your destination. And then we will get back into the narrative framing of it. So before I resolve that, let's just go ahead and reach our destination and see what happens. So we don't need our action die. We have 9 progress boxes. So let's see what happens. Oh my god, our first 6 of the campaign. Great. Oh, double 6s. It's a match. Strong hit with a match. Okay. Strong hit with a match. Okay, I'll take that. Let's see. On a strong hit, your situation at your destination favors you. Choose one. Make another move now or take 1 momentum. So I think we're actually going to take the momentum. So we're going to get back up to +4 momentum. And we're going to go ahead and get back into the narrative framing. And since this was a strong hit with a match, I think it's appropriate that... So Albrun, and this was an hours-long journey. This took him way more time to get from the pillar back to Grimbrook than it did to get to Grimbrook to the pillar. He was just waylaid by so many things. And so we started our journey from the pillar kind of in the morning. And at this point, I would say noon has come and gone. And I would say we are definitely approaching evening. So like the sun is actually starting to set by this time. So it's taking us hours to get back. And so we finally kind of get over the hill and we see Grimbrook, the walled settlement, and all of that. And you know what? The entire settlement is empty. There's not a single person to be seen in the settlement. Maybe there's a few candles and fires over the place where the people who were sick that couldn't leave are still there. But for the most part, Grimbrook looks like it's a ghost town. And Albrun scans the tree line in the distance, and he actually sees a lot of like multiple columns of smoke coming out of the tree line. And I think he kind of assumes that's where everyone is, right? And I would actually even say, you know what? This was a strong hit with a match on our reach our destination. So this is going to favor us. So I think now that it's evening, and the cataclysm happened. It did. So actually, scratch that, what I said about those smoke columns. I would say actually there are smoke columns still in the tree line, but there are caravans of people of Grimbrook actually making their way back into town. So Albrun is actually going to go ahead and go meet up with one of the front people leading the party back to Grimbrook, and that is actually where Overseer Kanara is, and so are like other council members like Eli and other unnamed council members. And so yeah, so I feel like the strong hit with the match, I think that's reflected with, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta walk that back. I have to walk that back. I'm walking it back. Hold up. What I said that there was a few like candles and fires in Grimbrook. No, there's not. The place is a complete ghost town. There's no one there. And the caravans that are coming back from the tree line back to Grimbrook are actually moving quite slow because people have cots. So we left Grimbrook when it was like really chaotic, right? But after we left, people were able to actually come together and help evacuate those who were sick and bedridden. So no one was in Grimbrook when the cataclysm happened, and I feel like since Grimbrook is kind of far away from the pillar, like you can maybe see a few like thatched roofs, like maybe having some holes in them, maybe see a few like trees kind of fallen over, but for the most part, the cataclysm, like the force wave, it didn't have as much of a physical impact on the area as it did like when it was really close to the pillar. Like if you remember correctly, when we got hit by that force wave, like it literally launched us back and we saw like trees get stripped of their leaves, we saw like birds fall out of the sky and stuff. But I think as that force wave traveled out, as the radius got bigger, the physical impact of the wave diminished, and by the time it reached Grimbrook, it wasn't terribly devastating. There's definitely some evidence of damage, but it's not like the place got like annihilated. So yeah, anyways, so Albrun, and that's the result of our match. I feel like the strong hit with the match. This thing has definitely favored us for sure. So Albrun is actually gonna go ahead and go meet up with Overseer Kanara, who's kind of leading the people back to Grimbrook. So yeah, okay, so what happens next? Oh, and you know what? We reached our destination, right? I feel like this is a significant milestone, right, in our vow to protect the people of Grimbrook. So the force wave didn't kill anyone. Everyone was able to escape before the first force wave hit. And we do see some people are still like sick from that river water that they were drinking, but no one's dead. So I definitely feel like that is worthy of progress. So that vow now has 6 boxes. That's pretty good. Okay. And yeah, okay, so we make our way to Overseer Kanara, and we're gonna talk to her. So Bryn says, Overseer Kanara, how goes it? Was everyone able to make it out? She says, yes. We were able to get enough volunteers to get the sick over to the forest. And when that terrible, destructive wave came, we were safely in the forest and were able to withstand the blast. Thank you, Albrun, for warning us and helping us escape this terribleness before it could hit us. Okay, so we get the thank you. And she's gonna ask, you went to the pillar. What did you find? What did you discover? And so Albrun is gonna tell her about what he saw. He saw the runes glowing. He saw the force wave itself. He saw the river primordial. He's gonna tell her about the river primordial, and he's gonna tell her about how he saw like the runes kind of like glow up all the way up, and then that's when the force wave happened. And I think she's going to nod her head and stuff, and she's gonna kind of have a solemn look, and she's gonna look at him and she's gonna say, "You've done a great kindness for Grimbrook. Um, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before I do that, I think this is a narrative point to fulfill our vow. You guys know I don't like to roll on progress tracks with only what is that? 6 boxes? Yeah, we only have 6 boxes on this vow, but I mean, I think this is the point to roll fulfill your vow. Like I don't see any way to get any more progress. Well, I guess we could maybe try to investigate with the people who are sick and see if they're getting better. Because you know what? Yes. Okay. Okay, let's get back into the fiction. So, Overseer Kanara is like, "You've done us a great kindness. Um, we need to make it back to Grim. We need to speak." Okay, yep, I got it. I got it. Okay. Okay, I got it. We need to speak after we make it back to Grimbrook. But right now, I need to lead my people back home and get everyone settled back in. And Albrun is actually going to volunteer with helping. He's going to say, "I'm going to go take a look at everyone and see if there's anything I can help with." And she's going to nod. She trusts him at this point. The rest of the council and stuff. Okay. So I think this is an opportunity to this sun's killing me. Let me see if I can move back a little bit. Okay. So I think this is an opportunity to gather information, I feel like, because I kind of want to see Albrun was able to ward himself from the damage of that force wave. And I'm kind of interested to see if his magic is able to do anything about these people who are sick. Maybe provide any type of relief. So we are going to roll gather information and see if that is possible. Well, is it impossible? Is that a gather information when you search an area, ask questions, or conduct an investigation, or follow a track? You know what? Maybe that's not gather information. That might just be an ask the oracle move, to be honest. That might just be ask the oracle. Is it possible for our magic? Because you have to remember, we are not trained. Albrun is not a trained mystic, so it's not like he knows any specific rituals or spells or anything that could heal or anything. This is all just kind of innate magic, so we'd be using our invoke asset. So this isn't gather information. This is an ask the oracle, I think. And we just have to ask the oracle, is it possible for our magical ability to provide any relief to the people who are sick, any cure, anything like that? And I kind of want to go with 50-50 because our magic was able to ward off the force wave, and we know that this sickness is connected to the pillar. So I imagine that the mystical whatever that caused the sickness is from the same source of that force wave, and our magic was able to defend ourselves from that force wave. So I kind of want I don't know, I might even say it might be likely, to be honest. This thing is magic. This disease, this sickness, whatever it is, it's magical in nature. I feel like that much is certain, right? I kind of want to say it's likely that we can do something about this. Maybe not cure it, but I think we can maybe do something. So, I'm going to say it's likely. So 26 or greater, Albrun's magic is able to do something, and we can figure out what that is if it is so. And 25 or less, we can't do anything. Maybe we're just not trained enough. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see. So we're going to roll Ask the Oracle. So this is a D100. Okay. 61. Okay. So our magic can do something. So Albrun's going to he's going to kind of go throughout the caravan, and he's going to stop by the cots. And I think what we're going to do here is we are actually going to do the warding sign again, kind of over these people, and we're gonna leverage our invoke asset. And I think this is secure an advantage. Plus essence. make preparations or attempt to gain leverage. I feel like we are attempting to gain leverage over this disease. We're not curing it. We don't know how to cure it. We don't even really know the details of this disease. But we're going to try to use some of our magical energy, some of the mystical essence that we were able to do. And you know what? If I remember correctly, when we did gather mystical essence, we did that right by the pillar. And if we remember correctly, it was harrowing because we took so much of that energy from the pillar itself into us. So I would even say that we can probably alleviate some of the sickness because we have like a little bit of the remnants of the original power that caused this sickness. I think that makes sense. So we're gonna roll secure an advantage plus essence. Our essence is at 4. Yep, that makes sense to me. So let's roll secure an advantage and see what happens. Wait, yeah, secure an advantage plus essence. Okay, that's a 5 on the action die. Plus 4 is a 9, with a 6 and a 5. Strong hit. Okay, on a strong hit, you gain advantage. Choose one. Take control, make another move now, or prepare to act, plus 2 momentum. We're going to take that momentum, period. Plus 2 momentum, so we're at plus 6. And same thing for invoke. It says you suffer 1 essence and take 1 momentum on a hit. So we're at 3 essence, and we're going to take another momentum and get back up to 7. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So what Albrun is able to do is he makes this warding sign, the same sign that he did when he was able to protect himself from that force wave. And he kind of goes from cot to cot. And he kind of just like tries to push some of this mystical energy from him into the bodies of these people. And I would say some of their trembling stop, the mumbling, the constant mumbling that they've been doing, it definitely slows down, and for some people maybe even stops. And I'll say for some of the people who've been sickest the longest, they're starting to actually come out of the sickness a little bit, and some of their eyes are like starting to flutter open. They're still bedridden. I would say all of them are still bedridden, but they are all definitely in less pain, and the symptoms aren't so intense. And so by the time Albrun kind of makes his way around all the cots and, you know, kind of performs that ritual for them, the last of the people are getting back into Grimbrook. The guards are going to close those pine gates. I would say it is nighttime. It's like late evening at this point, so the sun has set, the moon is out, it's dark. Torches all across the village are being lit. People are getting back into their homes. I would say there's probably even some people kind of around the central longhouse. And personally, to me, I personally feel like it's pretty significant that we were able to heal. We didn't heal, but we definitely relieved some pain. And our vow is protect the people of Grimbrook from the sickness and destruction. And so sickness was a part of that. So I'm going to reach a milestone on our vow. I feel like we did some significant help right there with our ability to protect the people. So, you know, people aren't dying. So great, we're at 8 boxes. And so we're going to go to Kinara, Overseer Kinara. We're going to make our way into the Longhouse. I would say the council members are kind of, the council members are in there. They're all kind of chatting. Eli's in there too. And, you know, Albrun and Eli, they make eye contact because, you know, Albrun is remembering that journal that he got for Eli. And he's, you know, wondering what's going to come of that. Eli just kind of looks at Albrun, kind of nods, not in like encouraging way, just like kind of like acknowledgement, like, you know, thank you for your help, whatever. And Kinara, seeing Albrun come, I think she's gonna kind of she's gonna look at Albrun because she wanted to talk to him, and I think both of them are gonna kind of go to the edge of the center room of the longhouse. The council's gonna remain at the long table, and I think this is an excellent point to fulfill our vow. We're going to roll fulfill our vow for the first time. Okay. So, progress move. When you achieve what you believe to be the fulfillment of your vow, roll the challenge dice and compare your progress. Momentum is ignored. Okay? Okay. Let's do it. God, I really hope it's a strong hit. I really hope it's a strong hit. Okay, 4. Oh, it's a 4 and a 4. That's a match, and it is a strong hit. We had 8 boxes, so it's a strong hit with a match. Awesome. Okay, on a strong hit, your quest is complete. Mark experience. What kind of vow was this? This was dangerous vow, so mark experience. That's 2 experience. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so this is our first experience of the campaign. I love that. Mark experience. Okay, so we got 2 experience. Okay. Yeah, and that seems like that's about it right there. So, vow fulfilled. Awesome. Vow fulfilled. Cool. Okay. So we're gonna talk with Overseer Kanara. Just gonna say, thank you for your help, young Albrun. I know that when you came here, not everyone was welcoming. I know we gave you a tough time, but you were invaluable these last 2 days in keeping our people safe, getting us to safety, warning us about this cataclysm. And so, how can we repay you? Is there anything we can do for you? And so I feel like that resolves that match on the that strong hit with a match for the Iron Vow. I feel like she's pretty receptive to anything Albrun might ask, as long as it's reasonable. And with that in mind, before we do that, I kind of want to roll Forge a Bond. Oh, wait a minute. We betrayed her when we got that journal. We screwed her over when we got that journal and gave it to Li. Crap. Okay, wait a minute. You know what? We're not going to forge a bond with Overseer Kanara specifically, but I want to forge a bond with the people of Grimbrook. We just did that whole round of healing, and I think a lot of people, a lot of them were definitely anti-mystic when we got here. But the fact that we predicted the cataclysm and they were safely in the tree line when that force wave happened, they definitely saw that force wave. They know it happened. They definitely felt it too. So we saved their lives and we provided a lot of relief for their loved ones. So even those who are anti-mystic, I think at this point we can forge a bond with Grimbrook itself, like the location of Grimbrook. I'm going to hold off on trying to forge a bond with Overseer Kanara just because I feel like there is a huge loose end right now with that whole side quest thing we did, and we delivered the journal to Li, so I kind of want to see that get resolved before we ever try to forge a bond with Kanara, because I just think that would be really awkward to try to, well, yeah, I think the people of Grimbrook is a little bit more appropriate than Kanara, because and I think that also makes sense just because what we just did for Grimbrook, we did it for Grimbrook. Like, yes, we helped. I'm sure Kanara is grateful, but it's not like we were specifically helping Kanara herself. We were helping the entirety of Grimbrook. So I think it makes more sense to forge a bond with Grimbrook. That makes sense. Okay. So when you spend significant time with a person or community, stand together to face hardships, or make sacrifices for their cause, you can attempt to create a bond. When you do, roll plus heart. If you make this move after you successfully fulfill your vow to their benefit, you may re-roll any dice. Ooh, okay. Let's do it. Okay, let's see what happens. So we can re-roll any dice if this is not a good hit. We can re-roll any dice. Okay, so that's a 6 on our action die plus 2 heart. That's an 8 versus a 5 and a 9. Okay, a 5 and a 9. So we can re-roll any dice, and our action die is 6. I'm definitely keeping that 6 on the action die. That's the best we can roll on the action die. And then that 5 guarantees that if we re-roll the other challenge dice, this will always be a weak hit. Right now it's a weak hit. And if we re-roll this challenge dice, we can't get anything worse than it. So if we re-roll this, we're not going to go to a miss because we have a 5 on the other challenge die. So I think we are going to re-roll that 9 just because it can only get better. So we might be able to turn this weak hit into a strong hit. So I want to see if we can do that. So let's do it. 4. Perfect. Okay, we just turned it into a strong hit. We forged a bond with the people of Grimbrook. Awesome. So we're going to mark a tick on our bond box. So we actually have one full bond box complete now. And I'm also going to make a note that we were able to forge a bond with Grimbrook itself. Okay, awesome. This is going really well, guys. So we forged a bond with the people of Grimbrook. So Kinara is expressing her gratitude. You know, you've done a great service for Grimbrook. What can we do for you? And so I think we can finally get this campaign going in the direction I originally wanted to go to in session 0. And so Albrun is going to ask, he's going to ask, I came to Grimbrook because I heard there was an iron pillar nearby, and I heard the rumors of this sickness that had overtaken the settlement. And this was very similar to what happened in my childhood. I came to investigate, but I'm leaving with more questions than what I started with. And I now realize this is out of my expertise. I need an expert. I need to find an elder mystic. Do you know of any elder mystics in the area? And, guys, I'm not even going to roll. I'm not even going to ask the Oracle. I'm going to say that this is a yes. Because, like I said in session 0, right? We're in the Havens. And the more north you go up in the Ironlands, the more tolerant people are of mystics. And I mentioned for a world building detail that that Ironlanders in the northern parts of the Ironlands actually receive help, ritual help from mystics from time to time with their crops and stuff. And I would imagine that, we saw the state of Grimbrook it was in when we got here. It was like everyone was trying to farm in their backyards and no one was growing nothing. So I imagine that they do know of a mystic, and this mystic hasn't been here recently like they should have. So I'm not even going to roll. I'm going to say, yes, they do know about a mystic. So Overseer Kinara is going to say, yes, we do know of an elder mystic. However, we have not heard from him in a very long time. And we were actually hoping to send a party out to go find him, as we need his help for our failing crops, but we just haven't been able to spare the resources with this sickness that had overtaken the village. Okay, and so Albrun's gonna, press for more information, like what's his name and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did a little bit of pre-writing on the mystic that I imagined would be in this area. And so she's gonna say, this elder mystic's name is Mattick. He lives in the deep wilds, in the edge of the deep wilds. He is not a very nice man. He's quite rude. But he has been known to help us and other settlements in the Havens for quite some years now. You will find him if you head northwest. Period. Okay. And so Albrun's gonna thank her, right? And so they're gonna kind of go back to the table. Now, my question is, I think I might need to ask the Oracle. I'm wondering if Councilman Eli is going to need anything from us or request anything from us. Well, you know what? Hold up. Before I do that, we're gonna sojourn. We're here. We're in Grimbrook. It's evening. We need to go to sleep. We're not worried about Councilman Eli. We're going to walk outside, and I'm going to try to sojourn, see if we can't get a good recovery going, because, Lord, do we need it after that battering. So we're going to try to sojourn real quick. So when you spend time in a community seeking assistance, roll plus heart. If you share a bond, roll plus 1, and we do. So we'll be rolling plus 3. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're rolling plus 3. Oh, crap. A 1 on the action die plus 3 is a 4 versus a 1 and a 7. Okay, so that's a weak hit. Hold on. On a weak hit, you may choose one from the categories below. If you share a bond, choose one more. Okay, so we can choose 2. Okay, so on a hit, you and your allies may focus on one of your chosen recovery actions and roll plus heart again. If you share a bond, add +1. On a strong hit, take +2 more for the action. On a weak, okay, this is kind of a complicated move. Okay, so first off, we got a weak hit. We share a bond, so we get to choose 2 of these categories. I'm just going to go ahead and read off the categories for you guys. We have clear a condition, which is either we can mend, which looks like it's healing your health. We can harden, which is you can get some spirit. You can equip and get some supply. Sorry, no, those are clear a condition. We don't have any conditions, so we're good. And we already got rid of the unprepared ability. Wait a minute. I feel like in the rulebook it said that you can't remove unprepared without sojourning, and we removed unprepared when we got that extra supply when we were in that creek, I think. Hold on, guys. Give me a few seconds. I'm going to check the rulebook and see if I need to add that unprepared ability back on to see if... I don't know if I'm following the rules correctly. Okay, I found it. So when you and your allies reduce your supply to 0 through a choice or result of another move, you each mark unprepared. The unprepared ability can be cleared when you score a hit on the sojourn move and choose the equipped option. Okay, I thought so. I thought I had read something about that, so I'm actually going to go ahead and mark unprepared again. We were not supposed to take it off when we got supply earlier, and I don't think that really changes much because when we were unprepared, we didn't go back under 0 supply, so it's not like we should have taken health or momentum or spirit or anything like that. So it's all good. We just know in the future you can't remove unprepared. And just for anyone who's playing and learning the game like me, I'm pretty sure you can't remove any conditions without sojourn. So I think that's kind of the general rule. Okay, so while you're unprepared, you can... Oh, crap. Wait a minute. When you're unprepared, you cannot increase your supply track. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, let me walk these tracks back. I think I remember exactly what has happened. So we were at 0 supply, and we had +2 supply. We had +2 supply from some move. I forgot what it was. I think we tried resupply. So I don't think we should have been able to make that resupply move. And I remember after that, we did lose 1 supply. So we were at 1 supply. So I'm going to move our supply back down to 0. And I'm actually going to move our +7 momentum down to 6 to reflect that minus whatever that we should have gotten when we were unprepared. Okay, so I think that's everything resolved. We're just going to leave it at that, I think. We know for the future, we know the rules of the game a little bit better. Okay, so anyways, let's get back to this sojourn that we got a strong hit for, if I remember correctly. No, we had a weak hit for the sojourn, but we shared a bond, so we get to choose 2 of these things. So we're going to choose one of the clear conditions. We're going to choose equip, which allows us to clear an unprepared ability and take +1 supply. So we're going to take unprepared back off, and we're going to go up to 1 supply. Okay, and then we can choose one more. So we have the options to either recover or provide aid. So for recover, we can recuperate, consort, provision, or plan. And for provide aid, we can take a quest. Envision what this community needs or troubles what it's facing. If unsure, or if you choose to help, swear an iron vow and add +1. Oh, okay, guys, this is actually a hard decision because... this is actually a hard decision. Because I would love to take one of these recovery options and get maybe our health or spirit or even our supply back up. But I also kind of want to take a quest, and I kind of already see what this quest is. So, and I think we're going to take the quest, guys. We're going to take the quest. Dang, our supply is so bad. I kind of want to take the supply because we're going to travel, right? Oh, this is a hard choice. Guys, I kind of want to take the quest. I kind of want to take the quest. We're going to take the quest. We're going to take the quest. What happens, happens, okay? We're taking the quest, okay. So let's get back into the fiction. So Albrun is able to spend the night in Grimbrook. The locals in Grimbrook are very thankful for the help that he was able to provide. So he gets free room and board. He gets a nice dinner. He also gets a nice breakfast when he wakes up. And so, he wakes up, it's morning time, he's getting all his stuff together, he's gone by and, gone around, did his social rounds around the town, accepting people's thanks and stuff for their loved ones and such, seeing what he can and can't do. Maybe he's able to help a few more people that he wasn't able to get to the night before. And I think he has his packs and stuff, and he's getting ready to leave. He's getting ready to go northwest to the deep wilds because he wants to find this elder mystic. There's no really point in waiting, and he's not really going to try to wait to try to get more supplies because that force wave that went through Grimbrook, I think, has really left the town, the settlement, in not not a great condition. So they really don't have much to give. They give him a little bit of food, of course, but I mean, he's not really able to resupply. They just don't have much. What wasn't destroyed is what little they have left, and they still have a population like about of half of them that are sick. So they don't have much supply to give. But I think on his way out, I want to say Overseer Kanara actually catches him at the gate. And she's gonna say, Albrun, wait. He's gonna turn around, and she's gonna say, You're traveling to the mystic Mattick, are you not? He says, yes, that is exactly where I'm headed. I have questions that I hope and believe he may have the answer to regarding the mystical nature of these pillars. And she's gonna say, you've already done so much for Grimbrook, but I have to ask you for another favor. And what's it called? And Albrun is gonna say, yes, of course, what is it? He's kind of in a rush, but he's willing to help. He's been here, he's willing to help. She's gonna say, Elder Mystic Mattick the Mystic. Whatever I'm gonna call him. What do we call him? I don't know what he goes by. Mattick. He has not been out in the havens for over a year now. And we need his help. We need his services. He knows how to make the crops grow. We don't know the ways of the elves and how they work the land and make their food grow. But with his magic, we could survive the winter. I have to ask you, when you reach Mattick, can you convince him to come provide this service for us? And that sounds like swear an iron vow to me. We're taking the quest from the Swordron. Okay, and if I remember correctly, it says, okay, so when you provide aid, so when you take a quest, envision what this community needs or what trouble it is facing. If you choose to help, swear an iron vow and add +1. So we're going to swear an iron vow and we have +1 from our Sojourn. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Hold on. I didn't read Sojourn all the way through. Let me walk this back. It says, on a hit, you and your allies, and we had a weak hit. So it says, on a hit, you and your allies may each focus on one of your chosen recover actions and roll +heart again. If you share a bond, add +1. So, didn't we choose... Oh, wait a minute. We didn't do a recover action, did we? I don't think we did. We did clear a condition and provide aid. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We didn't need to do that. We didn't recover anything. Okay, anyways, so we're going to go ahead and swear an iron vow, and we get to add +1. Okay. So we roll plus heart. Oh, and we're supposed to give this quest a rank before we roll. So, okay, let me go ahead and prepare this track then. Okay, so we have the vow. The vow reads, convince Elder Mystic Mattick to help the people of Grimbrook by providing his druidic service. He's not, I don't know if he's a druid per chance, but he has access to a ritual that can help grow, the crops that Grimbrook is attempting to grow. Okay, so that's the vow. What rank are we gonna do? To be honest, I don't know what rank this is. Okay, well, the information that we have, Overseer Kanara did tell us that this dude is rude. Mattick is a rude person. He's a mystic. What's the rank? I don't know. I feel like Troublesome might be a little low. We have to convince him. We don't know. Yeah, and Kanara doesn't know why he hasn't been in the area in a year, so we really don't have much information. I feel like dangerous. Is an appropriate rank for this vow. I think Troublesome is a little too easy. And I feel like with the lack of information, I don't know why we would make the rank any higher than Dangerous. So I think we're going to go with Dangerous. I think Dangerous is an appropriate rank for this. And if I remember correctly, Dangerous, I believe, is it's 2 boxes, right? 2 progress? Yeah, 2 progress. Okay. Okay, so we have that track prepared. Now we actually need to roll Swear an Iron Vow to see how this starts off. Okay, found my dice. Oh, that was annoying. Okay, so finally we can go ahead and swear an Iron Vow. So we're rolling plus heart, so that's +2. If you're making this vow to a person or community with whom you share a bond, add +1. This is to help Grimbrook as a village. We're not just swearing this to Kanara herself. We are, we're asking Mattick to help the village, the settlement of Grimbrook. So we do share a bond, so we're going to add +1, so that's +3. And since this was Sojourn, we get to add +1. So we're rolling +4 on this Swear an Iron Vow. So I'm going to be very surprised if we miss this move. That's a 2 on the action dice. +4 is a 6. Versus... Are you kidding me? Versus an 8 and a 7? Are you... What the frick? Really, Sean? Oh my god. We missed. With a +4 modifier. Jesus Christ. Okay, on a miss, you face a significant obstacle before you can begin your quest. Envision what stands in your way and choose one. So you can press on and suffer momentum to overcome this obstacle, or you can give up and forsake your vow. We're definitely not going to forsake our vow. Definitely not. So I'm going to go ahead and take our momentum down from 6 to 4. As for this obstacle that's in our way, I think I'm actually going to leave that for session 5. We can figure out what that is as we start this. We haven't even rolled Undertake a Journey, so we'll figure out whatever this significant obstacle is before we can begin our quest. So I'll just have to make note of that. But I think this is a great stopping point. Thank you for watching. If you liked this episode, feel free to leave a like. Feel free to leave a comment with any advice or, whatever. And feel free to subscribe if you'd like. I will catch you guys in session 5.